Hi YouTube, this is Miss Creative 47 coming to you with the video. This video I'm going to show you how I created my Batman centerpiece. About a week and a half ago I uploaded a video just showing you the actual centerpiece that I created. So this one is just going to be a part 1 and part 2 of how I made that centerpiece. Okay, first of all I want to tell you all the stuff that I have used to create the centerpiece. I have my Silhouette Cameo cutting machine, and I also have my Epson Workforce 7620 printer that allows you to print 12 by 12 and 12 by 24 cardstock. Now, your Silhouette Cameo does not print, it's just cut. Just in case someone asks me that question, you have to have a printer and you have to have your cutting machine to cut it out after your printer prints it. And how your printer prints it is that Silhouette Cameo in your design studio have these registration marks that will be put on your paper when you print it out, and it'll print out these registration marks. And when you take that to your cutting machine, your Silhouette cutting machine will recognize these registration marks and where to cut it within that range. So that's what you need in order to make this centerpiece. Now you could use just a regular printer, but you're gonna have a real tiny Batman. But for this is what you need. Now I think Best Buy is having a sale on this printer, 7620 Workforce. So go over there now. It's Christmas. They might be having some really great deals. Go on your HSN Home Shopping Network. They might be having some deals on your Silhouette Cameo machine. Michael's or Hobby Lobby, they might be having a sale going on around this Christmas for your Silhouette Cameo machine. Just go check those out. So let's get started. So what I did a Google search and I typed in Batman cartoon, and it came up with a lot of different images, and I picked this one. And I already took the white background out, and if you want to know how to take the background out, I have some other videos on how you take the white background out. And I put an offset white background around him. You can see the little, you can see the little white edges over here, and I put that on already. And also check out the other video, and then it'll show you how to do that. So what I do is I always keep at least one mat that's really not tacky. I don't throw it away because I use it for when I want to do my 12 by 24 images for centerpieces as this size. So I get 2 pieces of 12 by 12 paper cardstock, and I butt it up on my mat like this. And then I take a piece of another 12 by 12 white cardstock, and I cut out maybe an inch of the cardstock strips. I just cut out a whole bunch of strips from that one 12 by 12 so I can have it for later. So it's never wasted just because I just cut one out for this. I always cut just a whole bunch of them, so when I'm ready for to do centerpieces like this, I don't have to worry about cutting any of these strips out. Okay, so now you're going to take some double-sided tape, and you're going to put a strip of that double-sided tape right here on the seam, just to keep it together. And then you're going to put double-sided tape on this strip right here. And then you're going to flip it over, and you're going to attach it to the seam. And you want to make sure that when you put this strip here, you want to make sure that your seam is right in the middle of that strip, because you don't want this to be like this and you have more of the strip on this paper, and you do that and it's not going to stay. So you need to put that bond right there to make sure that seam is right in the middle of the strip. Okay, now then you're going to, I forgot to send that to the back, the black strip to the back. Send to the back, regroup. Okay, now your seam is all stuck together. Now it's time for you to print. So you're going to put Batman on. You're going to, so this is off, this is something totally different. So you're going to make sure Batman line up with that seam. Put that right there. Okay, and now you're going to cut him out. You're going to send him to your printer, and you're going to click on preference. That's if you have your Epson workforce, the printer that I was telling you about. Then you're going to click on preference. You're going to make sure that your document size is the same size that you have on your silhouette. You're going to do 12 by 24. And you're going to click OK. And then you're going to make sure you change your paper type to cardstock. And it may ask you that. You just click OK. Now you're going to click OK again. Now, I don't have any ink in my printer, so it won't let me do anything, but it will show up. It will do it as long as you have that your document size is the same as your size you have on your Silhouette machine. So this have to be the same, and your printer have to be the same as this in order for it to print out perfectly. And you just, after it print out, you take it off the printer and put it on your mat, on your Silhouette, let it cut it out. Then what you do is you just, after you cut that one out, you just flip this one. Make sure you do another piece of paper like this for your double-sided one. If you don't want double-sided, do another one like this, but do it with black cardstock. And that way that you just have the back of him just black, and you don't, considering that he'd probably be up against the wall, you might not need him to be double-sided. But if you do it on like tabletops and stuff like that, like you're putting in a centerpiece on your table, then you might want to do it double-sided. And that's when you want to flip it. And it's not going to be this big anyway. You can make that a little bit smaller for your table centerpieces. And actually you can do him maybe, you could do him on a 12 by 12 and he still will be a nice size. I'm trying to see, where is that? Okay, so he's right there. So we'll bring him down. Now you could put him 12 by 12 on the paper, but you got to make sure you do this 12 by 12. And make sure when you go to your printer, change your preference. Oh, it's back on, brother. Change your preference to 12 by 12. See, because it goes back to the 8.5 by 11 by default. And you're going to do this 12 by 12. Make sure whatever this paper size is, this was what your printer size have to be. If it's 12 by 12, have to be 12 by 12 and on here. If it's 12 by 24 over here, have to be 12 by 24 over here. If it's 8.5 over here, 8.5 by 11 over here, it got to be 8.5 by 11 over here. And that's how you do your print and cut. Make sure your registrations are on. Make sure that he's in the red zone. And if he out of the red zone, it would print it, but it will not print, but it would not cut out on your Silhouette machine. Now just say if his hand was like over the red line, it would print this, but when you take it to your Silhouette cutting machine to cut it out, it will cut all the way up to here, and then the blade will raise up, skip that, and start to cut here. But then you will have to cut this out by hand. So that's just up to you. So this would be a great table centerpiece, this size right here. And I think he is 11 by 5. And this will be a great centerpiece right here for the table. So that's it for now. If you have any questions, just let me know. Until then, happy holidays and have a happy new year.